Hey guys, what's going on? This is the IT Nomad. Welcome to Genesis Global. You guys are getting a sneak peek at the game here on YouTube. This is only going to be available here on YouTube. So for those that are here that have subscribed, thank you guys so much. I'm going to give you guys a sneak peek, like I said. And Genesis Global is more of a virtual consulting company where you're an employee and you have to go to different cities to complete contracts. Is basically the best way I can summarize this for you. So when you first get the game and the game goes live, you're going to have to enter employee names. So I'm going to go with Nomad. And as you notice, as soon as we clicked in, we came to this screen. And this is our welcome screen. This is kind of our ranking system in the company, right? So this is where you become an intern. This is where you get your welcome to Genesis Global email kind of vibe. This is right here. It says your access has been provisioned at the public clearance level. You have been assigned to the infrastructure and system department under the supervision of your team lead. Now, with that being said, as you continue to work and continue to work in the company, you're going to get promoted to different positions, right? And these positions are promoted based off XP points and some other contracts and some other variables that are in the game. So the next position based off the intern is going to be the help desk position. Everybody knows the help desk, taking tickets, taking those calls because somebody forgot their password and they just called 2 seconds ago. And they forgot their password after you reset it for them a few minutes ago. So you get that and you kind of get the promotional pathway to help desk system to system administrator. From system administrator, you get to network engineer. From network engineer to security analyst, all the way to pen tester. You get to become a pen tester, so forth and so on. Red team operator, and you kind of get, you got to achieve 100,000 XP points. Chief Information Security, from CISO to Rogue CTO. Rogue CTO is like you're just a hacker god at this point, right? So that's what's going on there. So our next thing is that we're going to go to the profile section. This is your profile. This is where you get your badge at work, right? You're going to get your badge, so forth and so. I'm going to make some decorative. I got some themes going on as well for everything that you guys are seeing. So that's kind of the badge that we have right now. As you can see on the right side, it has some of your stats. Since I just reset this account, we don't have any stats. I just kind of walk you guys through it. So this is where you would get your calling card if you were playing COD M or COD or Warzone or whatever. So the next thing we're going to take a look at is the cities. These are the cities that are available to you in the contract as far as to create and go do missions. Each mission that you do, each mission that you do has a price behind it. And you have, as the tiers go up, because these are based in tiers, as the tiers go up, not only, as you notice, the first one has 8 nodes, there's 8 machines that you're going to have to hack. As the tiers go on, you get higher nodes. We got Salt Lake City, we got Las Vegas, Los Angeles, New York. Now, when you get to tier 4, you got 25 nodes. You go to Chicago, you get 25 node. We got Alaska in the mix as well. And when you get to Washington D.C., you get 30 nodes, but the price that you get it's 250 G's. So that's where it helps you, to get into the store and do some other things. We're international. We're global at this point. We're in Dubai. We're in Sydney, Budapest, Vienna. I've never even heard of some of these places. If you guys, let me know where you guys are at. Tag it in the comments below where you guys are from. And maybe we could do some decorative, maybe put your name in here or something like that. We'll figure it out. Cairo. Let's see, Buenos Aires, Argentina, and those you got 25 nodes. Beijing, 30 nodes, and I think the highest goes up to 30 nodes. We got Vancouver, Montreal, so forth and so on. Okay, so this is where we're going to kind of operate from. Now we'll go to the tools section. And as you can see, we have some tools here. We got Nmap, Tor, Whois, Ping, Traceroute, Dig, and we have different sections for these tools. So, and as you can see, these are active. Let me just deactivate those. So if you go to recon, you get a set of recon tools. You know, You go to scanning, you get a set of scanning. You got Nmap, you got ping, you got derb. For exploitation, you got the OGs, you got the netcat, burp sweep, and metasploit. SQL map. For passwords, you got John the Ripper, Hydra, Hashcat. Post exploit, you got Powersploit, of course, Empire. You got a kernel rootkit if you really wanted to use one. Under forensics, you got Wireshark, TCP dump. Let's see, Binwalk. For wireless, you got Kimset, Wi-Fi, and Aircrack. For anonymity, if you want to stay behind the chains, of course, you hit proxy chains. You want to hit Tor. And for special, this special is called Genesis Key. This is something I made up in the game, and you'll see why at the end. So we'll go back to all, and we're going to just start off with just you should always have this in your toolkit if you're doing any type of testing. We got Tor, traceroute dig, and we're going to do curl. We're going to get netcat, and we're going to get host. These are 9 tools that are available to you right out of the gate. Okay, so under the tools. Now here under the store section, this is where it gets kind of creative. This allows us to buy stuff for our safe house. Our safe house is almost like our lab, where we can kind of connect to our virtual environment, testing environment. So what we'll do is I'm going to keep it very, very simple. We're going to go to let's go to routers. We're going to purchase one router. We're going to purchase let's purchase one server. Let's purchase a NAS, because we got all kinds of stuff. We got routers in here. We got switches in here. Let's purchase a switch. Put a Catalyst in there. We'll drop an AP in here. We'll drop a Cisco AP. We got the server. Let's drop a firewall. Let's do this one. And as you can see, they have a return button. So look at the price up here, my cash up here. If I hit this return button, the money goes back. Let's get it back. We got a storage. So let's do this guy, and let's do security. Let's go with something simple, some virtualization. We'll go with this guy, and we'll go with a PBX, and we'll purchase this guy, and then we'll go to workstation, and we'll purchase this guy. Now, here, what we're going to look at, this is called this is going to call the safe house. This is where you would go to do your training, to learn and understand how networks work, what goes where, where does a switch go, where does a firewall go, where does a host go, where does a PBX system goes. So this is going to kind of show you everything, okay? And this works like a real network environment. So, and I'll show you in a minute. So this is called the safe house. This is where you're going to practice, okay? And as you notice, you got a bunch of nodes. You got a command line down here, and then if you scroll to the right, you have all these different nodes here. These are all the stuff that we put together, and this is the internet. This is the way out. But if you notice, remember we put the firewall in there. We got the router, so forth and so on. Got the PBX, got the storage. We got our server, and and this is how the network topology actually physically works. As you can see these dots going back and forth. It goes all the way up and down, so forth and so on, all the way to the firewall, and now to the internet. So now, if you wanted to connect to these machines, you can. So let's go ahead and type in clear, and let's start off small. Let's go to this guy, right? And as you notice, we're here. We're this guy that's going right now. We're here right now. So if you go to Catalyst Switch, you click on it, and it tells you 192, that's the IP address, 192.168.1.14. So we're going to nmap that to see what kind of services are running on that machine, on that Catalyst. We type 1.114. As you notice, you see it. Let me make sure. Oh, I spelled it wrong. I bet you guys do that too. And we'll go ahead and hit enter. Hit enter. Now, it's going to scan that machine. It's going to scan that machine, and it's going to tell us what ports are open. As you can see, we got port 22 SSH, so we can secure shell in to that Catalyst, what you would normally do if you were working in an environment and you had to kind of connect or terminal into one of these machines or one of these devices to configure it. So we were SSH in. Let's go ahead and come back to the terminal. SSH in 192.168.1. And if you don't know the IP address is up here, or you could just highlight your mouse over it, and it gives you the IP address right there, 114. So So we're going to type it. Let me go ahead and save this because we're going to need this later. 1.114. And watch how it lights up. See how it lit up? That means that we're currently in that machine or in that environment or in that device. We type in clear. We type in who am I? And it's going to tell you, well, you're the Cisco Catalyst 9300. Or, yeah, 9300. Wow. Okay, perfect. So you can type in help in here and go to town. You can connect to your tools in here. You can show the VLANs. You can show the interfaces. So let's show VLANs. VLAN. Let's see. And it shows you what kind of VLAN it is. You know what I'm saying? So this is a very helpful tool to learn your devices. Now, we're currently in that Cisco, but now I want to get to the Dell. I want to go see what's up with the Dell server. So the Dell is 116. So let's go ahead. Let's nmap. Let's nmap 192.1.16. Hit enter. Oops, I typed it wrong. Had a feeling that was going to happen. Nmap. Let's see. All right. So then we scan that machine, right? And as you notice that port 80, 443, 3306, 445, and port 22. So we're going to SSH in 192.168.1 dot, what is that, 15.15, right? So watch it light up. It's going to light up. Oh, sorry, I hit the wrong one. Let's see. I was trying to get to this one. This is 116. Okay, either way, we ended up getting here to this one, to this machine. But as you notice, this Cisco AeroNet lit up, right? And so now we're in this device. So if we type in who am I, it says that we're that Cisco AeroNet, the 1815. So if we type in help, as you can see, you have a bunch of different commands that you can use in this environment. So let me make sure we connect to this Dell machine here. This is 116. Okay, perfect. And this is a good thing that happened, because if, let's say, you misconnect and you can't see the numbers correctly, if you just double click on the device, it shows up here. So that's perfect. So we'll go ahead and map 192.168.1.16, hit enter, and it's going to tell us that SSH is open. Now, let's remember, we went from Cisco to Dell. So now we're going to SSH to .16. I'm going to hit enter. And now you notice that the Dell now lit up. Now it's pretty bright. It's glowing. It has that nice aura. So we type in clear. Let's type in clear to just clear this up a little bit. Here, and type in who am I? Hit enter. Now we're the Dell, right? So if we say help, hit enter, it tells us everything that we can use. Who am I? You name, disk free, LS, so forth and so on. Now, one of the things when you're rocking or when you're using SSH and so forth, one of the things is that you need to, it's almost like you're bouncing, you're bumping from one machine to another, and when you exit out, you have to come back out the same way. So we're currently at the Dell workstation. We're going to hit clear, and we're going to type in exit. So we can exit that Dell power station, hit exit. And now if we type in who am I, it says we're back at that AeroNet. See that AeroNet? We're back here now at this point. We're back here at this point, all right? Because we don't want to go back home. We don't want to go back to this machine because we're currently right here, right? So from here, let's go ahead and hit clear. And we're going to type in exit, and we should technically go back to this Catalyst up here. So let's type in exit, and it says returned to Cisco Catalyst 9300, and bam, we're back there. So it actually works like a real environment, right? So we're typing exit, get out of here, and now we're back home. So and this is scrollable, so you can configure this any way you want. Run your commands, test your commands. I'm going to be updating this as I go. So, make sure that you guys follow, subscribe, all that good stuff, because I'm going to be making more updates to this as we go. So we're going to go back to the store, and this is going to be very important. I'm going to return all this stuff because I need you guys to see something a little later. This is my second attempt to recording this. I had an amazing thing, but I forgot to hit record. I know that's happened to you guys. If it has, drop a comment in the section. down there in the comment section, all that good stuff. I'm just gonna hit return because I want my money back. I got $2 million, and workstation, those were free. Okay, so we're at the safe house now. We have the world map. The world map is pretty dope. Now, the world map is totally different. I don't know if you guys ever seen anything like this. And remember, guys, I'm running 4 gigs of memory. I just ordered a new machine. It should be here Friday because this development game has pushed my boundaries for my hardware. So as you notice, we have the world map. Now, this might get a little fuzzy on the video because, like I said, I only have 4 gigs. But you notice that there's stuff on here that wasn't on the city list. So we have naval. So if you double click that, we can actually hack the submarine. We have to, and so forth and so on, and do that. You know what I mean? So we also have jets. We could do the private jets. You can exit out. That's tier level 3. We also have where is it at? Where are they at? These are the military drones. So if you want to hit the drones, you can, but there's only a 22-second window. So this gets pretty advanced. There's ships. I think we did the ships already. There's a military. There's another military, and this is system required. ACARS required. So decoders is tier 5. So this is the world map, right? So this is crazy. You can see that it's snowing. I have it when it was raining and it was lightning, but it kind of pushed my machine to the max. So I kind of took that off. So from here, we're going to go to the hub. Now, the hub is going to be something for all you guys trying to get all your certs. Right now, it's all locked because we just created a new user. So basically, what you're going to be able to do is go in here and take practice tests. Your CompTIA of Network Plus. So instead of spending all that money to go take your A Plus for $500, you guys can come in here. I'm going to make this available at the store. But this, some of the items in the store, I'm going to make so you guys can purchase it. Like for this, you guys are going to get a lifetime of certifications for only $9.99. And I'm going to be adding more certs as I go. And they're going to be as realistic as the real questions and real answers. So we're going to try to get this so you guys can feel confident. And then, of course, you have your safe house so you can do all your testing that you want in here. So it's kind of a win-win. You just go from one tab to another tab, and you should be able to test whatever it is that you're doing in the World Hub. Okay, so that's that. We got Network Plus, CompTIA Security, the CISA, the Certified Ethical Hacker for those that want to do, the pen test, the OSCP, and then of course the CISSP, which is probably for that one. I think you need a vouch. You need someone to vouch for you. I don't think you could just walk in and say, "Hey, I want to get my CISSP." I don't think. Yeah. Plus, you got like 8 domains or whatever it is. It's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy. So, anyways, we're gonna move on to the career section. The career section is where we were at earlier when we first came. Remember, it tells you kind of the guideline of how to do your stuff and how to rank up to your different departments. And then we're going to go over here to global. Now, global is going to be like your ranking global environment, like where if you were playing COD-M, you're legendary or whatever, and you're at the top of the ranks. Well, this is exactly the same way, but you're an employee here at Genesis Global, and it's based off different regions. You could be in North America. It tells you how many South America, East Europe, East Asia. So you can go from any region from where you're playing at, not what you've done, but to where you're playing at from that environment. The missions you've done, the contracts you've completed, how much cash you've earned, your success rate. Of course, I just put me up there because I made the game, right? So why not? So and then active status and the specialty is exploit. So that's what this is. And this is going to be global. This is going to be worldwide. Hopefully, we can get a chance to deploy this at rootaccess.gg, and it stands for Genesis Global, not for Good Games. So just put that out there. When I bought it, most people didn't know it, but everybody's like, "Oh, he just got a good game." No, it's for Genesis Global. So let's make that clear. And then the last thing we got is the About Us. The About Us kind of narrows it down. This is not just a game. On the surface, Genesis Global, it presents itself as its IT staffing and managed services agency. Clean offices, HR paperwork, employee IDs, but it's just a front. It's basically a big front for some, you're just going to have to play the game. I can't tell you everything, right? You're going to have to play the game when it goes live, but this is crazy. There's a lot of backstory to this. one of the big guys is going to be in your corner, who you're going to have to kind of work with, is Colonel Demon. For those that run Linux, I hope you guys get the pun. The Linux kernel and the demons that you run on it. So this, and then Genesis and Demon. And if you want to play that, you can play that role if you want to. So it has a lot of twists and turns in the game. So Colonel Demon is the founder and shadow director of who built Genesis Global, from nothing into what it is today. So this is all how the game is kind of going to be played. This is built for everyone. So for you women out there that are getting into IT and don't want to get bombarded with like friend notifications, and you want to play, you want to go hack with me and get harassed, or you just want to kind of jump in here, you're not going to have any of that. There's not going to be any friend request. There's not going to be a world chat. There's not going to be none of that. So you can kind of, it's almost, I want you to come to the game and and enjoy yourself. I want you to have fun time, learn, educate yourself, try to get your skills up, because I'm like I told you guys, I'm retired now. I was in IT for over 25 years. I did over 160 contracts, and I kind of built this game around that life experience, so I want to make sure. Then I play COD M and Delta Force Mobile, and I remember in COD M you would have guys connecting their Facebook accounts with stupid pictures and sexually just suggested usernames. It's just disgusting, So for this environment, we're not having any of that. And when you register and you play this game, you're going to have to register a phone number. You're going to have to register a valid email, and you're not going to be able to use any usernames that have any sexually, references of any kind. If I got it set up where you cannot even do that, and if you do, and I see it, your account gets blocked. And you probably get banned for life, because we don't want that type of energy in this environment. So let's just make that clear right out of the gate. So this seat was reserved for you. So I extend an open invite. So when the game goes live, the game is going to go live at rootaccess.gg. So make sure you guys go check that out. Also go to, excuse me guys, go to sub.rootaccess.gg to subscribe, or just go, or subscribe here if you're seeing this on YouTube now. And then the crew. So for those that have been here from the beginning and on the YouTube channel, you guys are going to know Ghost, Razor, Cypher, and Static. Those are the guys that kind of started. We started with the missions, and I kind of had the idea, and it just kind of blossomed from there to what Genesis is today. And this kind of gives you, the world map, the rank. The rank is your promotion. And this is where you can find us. You can find us here. You can find us at rootaccess.gg. On YouTube, if you're watching this on YouTube, you know where I'm at. I'm at the IT Nomad. Twitter, the IT Nomad. TikTok at the IT Nomad. Ko-Fi, Root Access. Now, if you guys are, feel generous or want to donate, go ahead and go buy me a coffee. I've been putting a lot of work into this game. Show your support. And of course, we got a Discord link down there. So if you guys want to copy that real quick and jump into the server. You guys got any questions about the game, or just any questions in regards to IT related? Maybe you're a tech and you're stuck and you don't know which direction to go. I went from local tech to IT director, so I know every step along the way. I think I must have done like maybe 600 interviews. Anything I can kind of help you guys with, let me know. Follow me and leave a comment below, and so forth and so on. And so here's where we're going to get to the nitty gritty. So this is the lobby. I'm going to show you the lobby in a minute. I'm going to hover for it. Now, the lobby is going to be like your lobby when you're playing COD M or COD or whatever, Warzone or whatever it is that you play. But since we're, in this environment, I didn't want to put a person or anything like that. And as a technician, as an IT, as a former tech, I used to like to play with hardware, routers and switches and servers. And, I remember back in the day, I would have a desk, I would have a picnic table, and I would have just ProLiant servers underneath the 15 or any type of hardware I can get my hands on. I would talk to the different departments. You're going to get rid of that? Let me get it. So as a tech, you collect a lot of hardware. And I thought to myself, what would be the best, what would be the best environment to be in? And the only thing I could think of, okay, get a laptop, not a laptop, a server, it's like, man, let's go big. If we're going to do this, let's do it right. So I was like, how about we give them a server farm? So that's exactly what I gave you guys. I gave you guys a 200 node server farm, and you're about to see it now. You got cabinets, and it's crazy. So I'm going to go ahead and click on it. And right now, this is the lobby. This is the lobby right here. And it's pretty kick-ass if you ask me. You got the data cables at the top. You got the voltages here. Checking out, you make sure that these are your cabinets. These are your cabinets. And these cabinets have, I'm going to show you what they do. So watch this. So we're going to go back to this. We're going to go back to the store. So these are, and these, I have different themes for this. So we'll walk through that as well. So we'll go to the store and we'll go to the server farm. So now we're at the server farm. Excuse me. We're at the server farm and we're going to purchase some stuff. I'm going to show you how this is going to look. This is going to be crazy when you guys see this. And these are some of the hardware we have. We had the UPSs. I don't know if the UPSs are going to show up, but you get the idea. You got the Dell PowerEdge 2Us. You got the Cisco Nexus 2Us. You got the 3Us. You got the 42U Net Shelter. I don't think this one shows up there. And then here you can kind of continue to purchase. So you can purchase more. You can see there's like a odometer right there. Let's purchase a couple more of these. Let's see. Let's purchase one more of these. So we could purchase a couple more of these. And I want to show you guys how we'll purchase a couple more of these. Let's see. Let's do these. Let's do a couple more of these. Let's see what we got over here. There's a couple more of these, And as you notice, the money's going down, right? Because they're getting heavy. So now, we're going to go back to the lobby. Remember the lobby? This is going to be your cabinets. Check it out. So this is your servers. These are all of these work. Okay? Excuse me. Excuse me, guys. All of these work. And I'm going to show you how they work. You can configure every last thing that you see on here. And it's crazy, and I just kind of added a bunch of things so you can kind of see the gist of it, how it works. So if you go back here to this, let's go to this one right here, and we're gonna highlight this one, and you notice it kind of glows. But over here, it has all the stuff that we bought. I was like, okay, cool. We got the Dell, we got the Nexus, we got the Netgate, we got the APS, and this is a list of everything that we have in these racks. We go to rack 2. It says rack 2 is empty. Rack 3, I think it's probably a glitch. But anyways, we'll go back here. And we'll connect to the Dell, right? So we'll double click here. All these are clickable. So if you double click here, watch what happens. It takes us back to the safe house. Remember the safe house that we had? And these are all our items that we just bought in our server farm. So all of these items here are what's in this lobby that you can kind of configure yourself, right? So you can go back to the safe house, and all of these are accessible. You can, just like we did it earlier, you can connect to these environments, ping, SSH, connect, so forth and so on, and just have fun configuring these different items. And let's go ahead and go back to the lobby. And this is going to be kind of like your your trophy room in such a way, so you can kind of deck this out the way you want, so forth and so on. Now, most of you guys are wondering, how do we play this game? So, excuse me, I apologize, guys, for coughing. So we're going to go up here, and we're going to go up to the city. Let's go back, hang on, let's go to the store. Let's go back to the server farm. Let's just return some of these items. Let's see, we're going to return, because you don't need all that stuff. Okay, let's see. Return. Probably gotta make these these are just little bugs I gotta fix. I'll return that. There's 3 of those. How many we got here? 2. What do we got? 2. And 22. Okay. So we go back to the lobby, and we just got these. All right, perfect. So we'll go to the cities, and we're gonna play the game, how the game is actually played. So we're gonna go to Tucson, and these are the tools that we have access to. Remember, under the tools, these are the active tools that we have. Right? These are the active tools. So this is how this is working. Go to the cities. So we're gonna go ahead and hit Tucson, right? So it tells you Operation Dust Bowl, 3 tools required, 8 nodes. We're in Arizona, and the thing is for recovery. So we're going to double click on it. It tells you what we have: 8 nodes, how long you should take, the objective, so forth and so on. We're going to execute mission. Now remember, this looks exactly like our safe house. It's just a little different. So we're going to go ahead and hit clear. We're going to clear the screen real quick. And the whole object is to get to this objective here. So we're going to double. The first thing you want to do is click. You're here. This is your entry point. So you want to click the next node ahead of you. So we'll double click on it. It gives us the IP address. So what we're going to do, it tells you the instructions right there. Nmap. So we're going to nmap 192.168.3.2. Hit enter. And then it's going to tell us what's the next command. And it says netcat. You see that right there? See netcat right there? Now watch this node. Watch the color of the node turn to green. Oh, what happened? Oh, select the node. Oh, I didn't select the node. Okay, perfect. So let's type in netcat. Let's try this one more time. Hit. And then what happens is that the node turns green. Now you own it. This owns it. You own it right now. You got to hit all 8 of these. So you go to the next one, and now we got to hit nmap again. Nmap. I always get that wrong for some reason. 192.168.1.3. And this teaches you basic networking commands. We see netcat, and it turns green for us. This is going to be a database. So we type in this one, nmap 192.168.1.4. Hit enter, and you notice there's a little progress meter on the side. SQL map. Of course, if you're connecting to a SQL database or a database at all, you want to try to type in some SQL map. So hit SQL map. That node is going to see the progress bar going to 100. We're going to go to this guy, and this is going to be nmap. Oops, nmap with 192.168.8.5. Hit enter, and then it says, and then it checks off so you can know which command you need to do. At the bottom, we connect that. Go to the next one, and as you play, these nodes get harder. You know, the whole thing is to try to get a good timing, good time on this. 192.168.8.6. Too many dots, and we hit enter, and then we're gonna hit netcat. Hit enter, get that one. We're gonna hit the firewall, and the firewall is a little different. So right, nmap. You can't SQL map a firewall. 2.7. And of course, you want to use proxy chains when you're connecting to any type of router or anything like that, or firewall. So we're going to hit proxy chains, hit enter, and then that node becomes ours. And as you notice, this continues to go till we get to the final target. And this is 6.8. So we type in nmap 6.8. Hit enter. And now this is the last command. So this is going to be the last command. And I think I'm supposed to do the entry point. I think I'm supposed to do that n.1, but it's okay. So we'll type in netcat. And again, guys, this is how you kind of play the game. I'm going to show you one that has 32 nodes in it, so you can see how it looks. So we hit nmap, and then it tells you, perfect, congratulations, you got it clocks your time, time elapsed, how much money you've earned, mission complete, so forth and so on, and you're ready to go, and you can go back to the lobby, you can deploy again, or you can go back to the city. So we'll go back to the lobby just to hang out, to make sure that we know what's going on. And now, that's kind of the gist of the game. Excuse me. Now for a bigger contract, so let's see, like for Washington DC has 30 nodes, right? Like, how are you going to fit 30 nodes in a window like that? So I'm going to show you guys how this works for you guys when you click execute mission. Now the 30 nodes are in a stretch. See this? It stretches and it stretches and it stretches all the way over here until you get to your last node. You see what I'm saying? And this can get very complex because you're trying to understand what's what. As it gets harder, as the tiers get harder, the commands get a little bit more complicated. And we'll go ahead and abort this mission. I just want to kind of show you that. And that's kind of the gist of the game, guys. I walk through, you get your badge and so forth and so on. And yeah, and that's what we're doing here at Genesis Global, guys. Oh, let me show you something that I forgot to show you the last time. We're gonna go over here and we're gonna go to themes now. Later on, not right now, we're gonna be introducing themes into the game, and each theme. We're gonna have bundles, and we're just gonna have like different sections. Like you can get a lobby skin, a rack skin, a badge skin, a city map skin, or a profile card, and each one of those are gonna probably be like 99 cents. I'm gonna make a lot of them free, but the high-end ones, the ones that I kind of like code up and they're really, really complex or whatever, I'm gonna charge 99 cents for those. And then the bundles is where you can kind of get them all, everything for the lobby, for the racks, for the badges, for the city maps, and for the profile ID cards. So those are going to be like $4.99. And I've done a couple, but since my machine is running very, very low on memory, I can only do so many, right? So we're going to go here to the bundles. We'll go to the bundles, and let's go here. Hang on a second. Let's go to the lobby skins. We'll go to the lobby skins. So these are some of the lobby skins that we have. Some of these are going to be for free. I'm not going to charge for everyone. I'm going to give you guys a bunch of them just to hang out and enjoy your environment. So let's see which one we'll do. Where is Crimson? I know there's Crimson in here. Let's do Phantom. Phantom is 100 G's, so we'll do Phantom and we'll hit Equip. Right. So we'll go back to Lobby, and now the lobby is kind of that deep purple. See that deep purple now? That's the deep purple right there. We'll go to Store. And let's do the neon. Let's see how the neon looks. Go to lobby. The neon is kind of that matrix green kind of vibe. We'll go to, let's go back to store. And that's some of the skins. Now, for those like, that's pretty cool, but I want some more action. Now, this is the last one I created before my machine started hiccuping, right? And because I'm new to programming and, I'm trying to understand what's what, I'm going to do some more advanced JavaScript in the programming code for the game and for the themes and stuff like that. But I can't really test anything right now because I'm only running 4 gigs of memory. However, I got a new machine coming by Friday, so I'm going to push these themes to the max limit. So this is one of the ones that I was able to rock or able to get on my machine to work, and we'll see what happens here. We'll hit Equip, and this is just for the lobby, right? So this is just for the lobby. I just threw it. I was coding up some ideas, trying to throw it out to see what's possible. And this is some of the things that I was able to do. And this is going to get more complex or more colorful and more attractive as time goes on. So here's this one. And this one has, as you can see, has little butterflies, and it's kind of running slow. Let me see if we can get it to run. You got fire underneath coming up. You got stuff running in the back end. I got doves flying up above. And so that's kind of, I'm going to get all this animated. Let me go ahead and get out of here. Let's go back to the store because that one just sucks up a lot of resources. We're going to go ahead with the void. Let's go back to the lobby and let's just use this. Oh, I got to refresh, but that's fine. I'll refresh here in a minute. So guys, I want to take a minute and say thank you guys. Make sure that you guys go follow me or subscribe. Please take a moment to subscribe. If you guys are on TikTok, go to TikTok. Follow me there. Twitter. I actually thought I was in Twitter jail because I got dinged for posting something, and I don't know. So I think I got like 1 follower. So if you guys want to be, send me there. I got the Discord link over also as well. We got the shop up and running. So I don't know when I'm gonna deploy this because I still got to put some anti-cheat code in here and some other stuff so people don't use JavaScript in the browser and try to get to the console and try to run your little JavaScript commands thinking that you're going to bypass the game. That's not going to happen. I'm on to that. So, guys, I want to take a minute and say thank you guys so much for your time and energy. And if you guys have any questions whatsoever, leave it in the comments below. And make sure you guys subscribe. Appreciate your support. And I would love to hear from you guys. Let me know what you guys think. And once again, peace and love, and thank you guys so much for your time and energy. This is Nomad signing out. Thank you once again. Goodbye.